What's the ultimate gold medal? What's the ultimate trophy? What's the ultimate standard to say I've had a great life? Now, I'm an old lady and technically for a lot of people, very old, but I'm planning on living twice as long as I've lived now. So I think that I'm halfway through my life. And here's what I'm sick of hearing. When you're an old person, you're going to get fat, sick, weak, diseased, depressed. You're going to end up in some kind of facility where they feed you and change your nappy. Like when you were a baby, it's like you go through this process of baby and then you live and then you go back to yuck. I don't want anybody to change my nappy as an old lady, and I certainly don't want anybody to feed me. And I know that I don't have to end up like that because I've seen lots of people who are over 100 years of age who are still living a great quality of life, loving their life, living their life to the max. So how do you make sure that's going to happen? Now, particularly as a woman, and I hear this every single day now, you're going to get fat because you're going to go through perimenopause and menopause. And if you don't get fat, you're going to be sick, or you're going to have hot flushes, or you're going to have brain fog, or life's going to be terrible. For me, sick means that my life isn't awesome. Whether or not I've got a sickness or a disease, if things aren't going well in my life, I think that my life is sick and I need to fix it. I need to get my life healthy again. I'll rephrase. I want to have a healthy life, not just a healthy body. So how do you make sure that's going to happen? And here's what I'm really sick of hearing, and I can say this because I'm an old lady. You can't control your aging. And that technically, I can't stop getting older. Neither can you. By the minute, we're getting older. Every second, every minute, every day, every month, every year, we're getting chronologically older. But we do not have to get physiologically older. We do not have to let our body waste away. And these terminologies that almost label you as old. You've got perimenopause, you're going through menopause. You're going to get osteoporosis, bone thinning disease. You'll probably get type 2 diabetes, which comes from poor blood sugar levels. You're going to get cardiovascular disease and coronary heart disease, which is from being unfit and unhealthy. None of that has to happen. All the old people's diseases are completely preventable and or curable if you've got them already. And I use that as an example because my mother was told at 74 years of age that she had advanced osteoporosis, bone thinning disease, and they ordered a wheelchair for her because she wouldn't be able to walk around anymore. She already had cardiovascular disease. She already had coronary heart disease. She'd had 3 heart attacks. She had lots of broken bones. Her life was pretty poor quality. And then, ta-da, we stepped in, my beautiful husband and I, and said, enough is enough now. Stop listening to what the medical people tell you about getting old. Let's get you fit and let's get you strong. So at 74 years of age, my mother started boxing. She started lifting heavy weights, heavy, not tiny little baby weights, and I call them namby-pamby ones. Obviously, we built her strength up, but she was boxing, she was lifting heavy weights. She was running on the soft sand, not walking like an old lady. She was running on soft sand because we pulled her out of the retirement village and we put her into a beautiful apartment on the Gold Coast on the 12th floor. And the rule for her to live in this beautiful new apartment was that she had to walk up the stairs, 12 flights, and she had to walk down the stairs to go to the beach because my mother loved the beach, which is why we took her to live at the beach. If you love the beach and then you go and live in a retirement village that's nowhere near the beach, how ridiculous. So here's my mother at 74 doing heavy strength training, boxing, soft sand running, up the stairs for her heart, down the stairs for her bones in a 12-story apartment, and swimming every day in the ocean. And the lifesavers at the beach used to joke because my mother would call it the washing machine. She'd go into the ocean and say, I'm going to do 12 or 20 or 50 washing machines today, depending on how good the surf was, because she would roll and tumble in the surf. So at 74 years of age, almost dead, poor quality of life, yuck. At 80 years of age, when she had a bone mineral density test, the response was, oh, the first test must have been wrong because you don't have osteoporosis anymore. We got rid of her bone thinning disease. We got rid of her cardiovascular disease, coronary heart disease. We got rid of her asthma because she was living by the ocean, swimming and breathing in fresh salt and fresh air and sunshine and fresh salt air. I'm sharing all of this with you because even if you are fat, sick, weak and diseased now, you don't have to stay that way. It's a choice. Now, I've been healthy, fit and strong all of my life, and people say, oh, Roa, you're so lucky. No, I've exercised every single day of my life, and I share that with passion and enthusiasm, and not to impress, but to express that Do you breathe air every day? Do you eat food every day? Do you have a shower or brush your teeth every day? Do you wear clothes every day? There are some things that you do every single day of your life without even thinking about them because it's a normal part of your life, yeah? Well, for me, that's exercise as well. But have a look at what exercise does for you. Simple, healthy skin, nails, teeth, bones, that's a simple one. Good posture. Healthy brain. So Alzheimer's disease and dementia, which are old people's diseases, and they're not going to happen to somebody that's healthy, fit and strong. But coronary heart disease, which is caused by cardiovascular disease, which I always talk about, is the blocking of your hoses. So if you block the nutrients to your brain, you're going to get old people's brain diseases. If you block the nutrients to your heart, you're going to have a heart attack. If you block the nutrients to your brain again, you'll have a stroke. Everything that we do is determined by how healthy, fit and strong we are, by our circulation, which is your cardiovascular system and your respiratory system, your skeletal system, really important because your immune system is built inside your bones. So if you've got weak bones, and you have weak bones because you don't have muscles pulling on your bones, that's called inactivity. If you let your body waste away, you waste away everything: your brain, your immune system, your digestive system, your respiratory and cardiovascular system, everything that makes your body healthy. Most importantly, your central nervous system and your endocrine system. Your endocrine system is the one that keeps every single part of your body healthy. And if you don't look after your body, your endocrine system gets sick too, gets weak and frail too, gets diseased too, and everything breaks down, is busted and broken. And that's why we get old. And that's why we've got people now that are young chronologically who are already old. We've got children with old people's diseases. Type 2 diabetes used to be called age onset diabetes. You got type 2 diabetes when you got old and fat and sick and weak. We've got kids now with type 2 diabetes. Coronary heart disease should never exist, but it used to be for old people. Now we've got kids that have got precursors to having a heart attack young. We've got kids with osteoporosis. We've got kids on antidepressants. This is ridiculous. The human body was never meant to live like that. The human body is very capable of being healthy, fit and strong and looking after itself. But you have to look after your endocrine system to do that, which means you've got to get puffed, you've got to lift heavy, you've got to get fresh air and sunshine, you've got to sleep deep, and you've got to put nutritious stuff into your body. How ridiculous to think that you could age gracefully, that you could have a stack of energy, that you could be in great shape by eating crappy food and doing no activity. That's just stupid. And I can say that because I'm an old lady. So I'm sick of hearing, Rowie, menopause, it's going to be terrible. As I always share, as an old lady, we had this very fun moment at our house where I said to my gorgeous husband, I think I've been through menopause. Nothing changed. I was the same person. I didn't put on any weight. I didn't have any hot flushes. I didn't have any brain fog. Nothing changed in my life. I just said, I haven't had a period for about 2 years now. I think I must have gone through menopause. No effect on my life whatsoever. But the same because I exercised all my teenage years as well. I never had any challenges with periods. Now I've had no children. But I've worked with lots of women that have had children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. And they've all shared with me that the fitter and stronger they were, the easier the births were, the easier looking after their newborn baby is, the quicker they got back into great shape after the baby. Most of them never got out of good shape when they were pregnant. A lot of women that I've trained have shared, my first baby was a horrible experience, but now that I'm healthy, fit and strong and I've been training with you, my second and third and fourth babies has been easy. I look good, feel good, I've got a stack of energy. I share this very fun story. I've run a few marathons, and there was a marathon on the Gold Coast where a woman that was very heavily pregnant, she passed me about the halfway mark and beat me, and she was heavily pregnant. Now, she, of course, was accused by all sorts of people for all sorts of things for being irresponsible as a pregnant mum, but she said it beautifully. If I don't run, I'm not mentally healthy. And because I run, I've had easy pregnancies, I've had easy births, I've been healthy, fit and strong to look after my newborn baby. Why would we let somebody take away our health and fitness and energy and enthusiasm for life because of their opinion? So if somebody's telling you that menopause is going to be terrible and perimenopause is going to be a thing, it was never a thing. Even that word was never used ever. I've only ever heard it in the last few years. I'm not going to believe such stuff. I'm going to study my own human body. I'm going to make sure that I'm healthy, fit and strong, fresh air, sunshine, deep sleep, be hydrated, eat healthy food so that you can live your life to the max without disease, without being sick, without being depressed. Is it possible? Of course, if you choose it. And isn't that about being responsible? And I share this very passionately. I don't have any children, but I'm involved in lots and lots of other children. We have a martial arts school and we have lots of children in our martial arts schools. And I want to be the living example for those children, that you can be old. And they all say that to me, Rowie, you're so old. But you're healthy, you're fit, you're strong, you've got a stack of energy, you can play with us, you can spar with us, you can roll around on the ground with us, you can have fun with us. Isn't that what all grandparents want? And I'm as old as their grandparents or great-grandparents. I want our world to be healthy, fit and strong. I can't control what adults do, but I want to be the living example for our kids. How about you? Live your life to the max. Super duper doo. How are you? Living my life to the max as an old lady. Woohoo!